So I'm just moving my arms back. Breathe in and feel the front of your chest open up. Let your arms rest down on the exhale. If you just do that a couple times a day, that will make a difference. Let's enhance that a bit. So this time, breathe in and move your arms out like you're parting the ocean wave. Bring your hands behind you. Lace your fingers. We're going to squeeze in the shoulders. Lift your arms up as much as you can, keeping that spine tall. Sip in some long breath. Exhale. And empty the body. Nice and slow, just like our breaths. We're breathing out, breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Empty breath. Breathe in, slow. Inhale, inhale. Sipping it in like you're sipping it in through a straw. Nice fingers, squeezing the shoulders. Tilt your head up. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Now let's lift the sky. Same style breath. Again, we're just taking the weight off the organs. So fingers are laced opposite the way you normally do. Turn your palms out and inhale. Lift your hands up to the sky. Push high up into the clouds. Again, tilt your head up. Feel the body. Sustain it for a second. Part your hands. Close your eyes. Leave your spine tall. Let your hands float down like feathers, drifting from the sky toward the earth. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Opposite way you normally do. Lacing the fingers, palms out, breathe in. I'm going to mirror you. So press up through the heel of your right hand. You can look upward. And that keeps the energy moving up. Gravity pushes us down. Opening up the right side of your body opens the liver. Part your hands. Feel free to close your eyes. So your mind comes into your arms. Feeling your arms empty, long, slow, even, and soft. Just like your breath. Repeat that. Inhale, lift up. Struggle with anxiety. This long, slow breath is essential to helping cure that. Push up through the heel of the other hand. So if you're mirroring me or reaching up through the left side of your body right now, opening the spleen and pancreas. And as we close, exhale. One last time. Turn the palms out, breathe in. Push high into the sky. Ease off. Exhale. Eyes closed for just a moment. You could lay your hands on your abdomen or leave them empty on your lap. Bring your attention into your body and mind. Notice a difference in how you're feeling within those few breaths. You slow the breath, you calm the mind, relax the body. It's really essential to helping improve overall circulation in your body. Next, we're going to work the spine. So if you're in a chair, I want you to sit forward on the chair. If you're on the floor, you might want to sit up on your heels. If that doesn't feel comfortable, maybe you have a block or a pillow or a yoga mat you can stick underneath you. And if you're standing, that's dandy. Stay there. Okay, so we're going to do spinal cord breathing. Remember, if you have injuries or surgeries in your shoulders or chest, you can just let your hands slide up and down your thigh. This is really about the spine. So you want to think of your spine flexing and extending. This movement in the spine is how we keep the body supple. So squeeze in the shoulders, look up, exhale, chin in, roll the shoulders, and push your spine back. Tuck under the tailbone. Breathe in, and if you're able, bring your arms out. So the elbows are in line with your shoulders. Squeeze in, look up. Exhale. Rounding the shoulders, pressing the spine back, tailbone under. Inhale, smile as you look up. Give it your best. Exhale, tuck the chin in. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Try two more. Put on your biggest smile. You're never fully dressed without a smile. Exhale, tuck under. Inhale. Breathe in, look up. Exhale. And lower your arms down. Breath. Again, just close your eyes for 2 or 3 breaths. Simply identify what you're experiencing. This is really important as a way of honoring your body and checking in and creating a habit of checking in. You start to feel yourself getting anxious during the day or the week, close your eyes and check in. This takes a couple of breaths. So we're going to do the crane and turtle, which involves the spine. It can be done standing. It can be done in a chair. I'm going to demonstrate it in the chair, and then I'll do the standing. So you can also do this on the floor if you're in a cross-legged position. So there's no limits as to how you can use it. So I'm forward on my chair. I'm going to look up just as you did. So my spine's tall, keeping the whole front of your body open. Point your chin out. Hold out. So a crane is going down to get a fish. Grab the fish, put the chin in, roll up. So it's a similar movement to flexing and extending the spine as we just did. We're just moving the neck. Breathe in. Breathe up. Exhale. Tuck the chin in, roll the spine, press the spine back, come up through your body. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, fold. Grab a fish, tuck the chin in, roll the shoulders, press back. We'll do one more in this direction. I'm going to stand for this one, so you know. Exhale, you're going to fold out from the waist, bring the chin in, tuck the tailbone under, curl up through your body. Do one more bonus one, fold out. Tuck in. Press the spine up. And feel free to close your eyes. You can keep your eyes closed throughout this whole thing. I'm going to reverse, and the reverse is called the turtle. I think it looks a little more like a caterpillar personally. Think of your body rolling in. It's a reverse of what we just did, but the key that helps you keep the length is before you start to curl, give a little subtle tuck in, like you're trying to button pants that used to fit. That's all you need to do to keep the space between the vertebrae and the back. Okay, so we're gonna lift up and then draw in the abdomen a little bit, bring your chin in, start rolling the shoulders, keep your head in as close as you can to your body. Come down as far as you can, lift your nose and chin, and bring the chin to the sky. Long, tall spine, chin in, roll the shoulders, exhale, tailbones under. You come down as far as you can, tailbone curls back, and lift up. So same in the chair, exhale, chin in. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Breathe in. Do one more. So always try to do an even number. Chin in. I'm sorry, an odd number. And bring your head back to center. Now this next one is typically done in a seated position. So if you want to give yourself a break, if you've been standing, this would be a little moment to do that. You want to be forward on the chair. Again, that is important so that we're not hanging out, American style. This is how if you travel, they will always pick out an American because of our posture. So practice using your lower back muscles just by sitting forward in the chair. And if you have lower back problems and this isn't comfortable, practice this through the week and it really makes a difference. What we're going to do right now is find those sitting bones. So feel them underneath where you're sitting. And lift up your ribs. Try squeezing in your shoulders just to practice sitting tall. Now we're going to rock from one tailbone to the other. And as I rock back and forth, what you're doing is you're helping to balance out the nervous system. I have a squeaky chair. Let me see if I can reposition so I'm not squeaking. Well, that made it worse. Picked the wrong chair this morning. Oh, there you go, that's a little better. Back and forth. And notice that I'm just doing this in my hips. So see if you put your hands on your rib cage. You want to keep the upper body moving less than the lower body. If this is not a comfortable move, you might want to try just crossing your arms. And my arms aren't really, I'm not hugging tight, but I'm simply putting my hands on my rib cage because I want to isolate the upper body, moving it less than the lower body. So if you start to feel fatigued, maybe you have that job where after these classes you have to sit, or last day of taxes today, you're meeting that deadline. If you're feeling that you need to move but you can't get up, this will help to activate the brain, and it helps really to keep your mind clear and from going a little crazy. So this is just a way to help you keep things moving when you're not moving. Subtle way of activating the nervous system. Let's take a little break. We're going to work on balance a bit again this morning. So that means we are going to stand, and you want to keep your chair or countertop or wall close by. If you're unable to get up today, I want you to at least sit in the chair sideways and let your leg hang down. And that goes for everyone that sits a lot. Take some time and let one leg hang over the edge so we're opening up the groin, keeping the circulation moving down through the leg and to the foot. It's very important. When you're sitting all the time, you're compressing the major arteries. So this is about hip mobility. I'm turning my chair just so you can see what I'm doing. I've done this before. The leg closest to the chair is going to be your standing leg. So practice putting your heel down first. Sink the whole foot of the floor on the ground. Lift your toes on your standing leg. So the leg closest to the chair or wall or countertop. Toes are lifted. Spread them out and then lay them back down. Gentle tuck under with your tailbone. Lift your ribs up. And remember, your toe can touch. There's no one grading you. You are examining and exploring what's working in your body today and how it's working. Okay. So if you are able to move the arm, the legs forward, the arm is back. You can do both. The key to balance is to focus on something that's across the room at or just a little bit below eye level. If I'm in a big room, like we used to be, I look all the way across the room, a little bit down. That's a grounding type of eye focus. So a light socket, a light switch, those are good options. There's a windowsill or something that's across the room from you. So you're not looking at anything other than thinking about your breath. Keeping the body lifting up toward the sky. And remember, if you need to touch the toes down, that's perfectly okay. Today is not your day to balance. That's all right too. Maybe tonight, maybe not today at all. Okay, we're gonna switch sides. So when I put that other foot down, I start by flexing the foot so my heel goes down first. Just if you're normally walking, your heel goes first. For some reason, when we do balance postures, people tend to put their toe down and then they don't have the whole surface of their foot on the ground. So that's just something to be aware of. Standing legs near the chair, lift the toes quickly, spread them out, lay them down. This allows you to have the whole surface of the foot on the floor. See how this side feels compared to the other. Remember, it's always one that's easier to do. That's why we want to practice both sides. We're going to have a little bonus on these balance postures today, so do your best. Put your mind in your body. Stop thinking about standing on one leg. Your tailbone's tucked under a little bit. A gentle, tiny engagement in your abdomen. Your ribs are lifting up. Your breath is soft. The leg is swinging like you're on a swing set without effort. So don't like, oh, not this. We don't want the body moving forward and back. We're just using the hips. So that's why it's good to hold on to something and think about just the leg. Okay, and now sink that leg down. And now I want you to be honest with yourself. Think about what side was more challenging to balance on today. And we're only going to do 9, but we're going to repeat on that weaker side because that's the only way you're going to bring both sides into equilibrium is to spend more time on the weaker side. They both felt about the same. Do 3 or 4, switch. You'll know right away. And sometimes you have a foot that rolls around. That's why I want you to start by lifting your toes so you feel the full surface of the bottom of your foot. And then lay the toes down. Keep a little bend in your standing leg. Ribs lift up. We're lifting the ribs to open the psoas muscle, which is the balancing muscle. Doesn't have to be big swings. They can be little ones. Sorry, I lost count. Let's do one more. Okay, and now bring your foot down and keep your legs a little bit wider than your hips. We'll stay in the hips because the hips are the middle of your body. This is where you hold a lot of dis-ease. It's where gravity sinks and we expand in different directions in this area. We want to keep things moving in this area. Bend your knees always so you are not stiff and rigid. Hands are going to be on your hips. And we're going to imagine there's a hula hoop on the ground. And I want you to think about curling back. We've been curling and tucking under. And now we're just rolling from side to side. So the tailbone's back, all the way to the side, like you're bumping friend when you're dancing. Tuck under, side, back. create that circle like you're circling. Notice if there's any area that feels tender as you're rolling around. Now let's go in the other direction. Pay attention to try to avoid this. So we don't want this, which is fine in the beginning. Makes you a little bit more dizzy. Try to keep your upper body isolated from the bottom. Good. Now we've opened our hips just a little bit. So let's do today standing crane. Standing crane is going to be a balance thing. I don't want to wear you out, but I think it's important as we move forward through our experiences together to have variety and to get you used to thinking about how important it is to keep connected with your body. So stay near your wall or your chair. And remember, if you need to use them, it's fine. You are in a support group, whether it's inanimate or a human being. Do what it takes to get what you need to support yourself. So we're going to start with a bend and always a little tuck under in your tailbone. And I'm bending my knees and I'm just going to bounce a little bit without lifting my feet to get you used to feeling that sinking into the ground. So each time you exhale, sink. Lift up and sink. Now we're going to add a little variation. So we're not going anywhere. We're just mentally sinking into one leg. Leave both feet flat on the floor. Lift up on the inhale, sink everything into the other leg. Notice my hips aren't popping. I'm just shifting the weight, using my mind to sink. Light on the inhale, sink. Now, sink and bend the knee. See if you can lift your toe off the ground and then plant it back down and sink into that leg. Lift up, sink. Remember, you can be holding on to something. If you notice yourself moving like this, I want you to tuck under your tailbone a little more and try not to lift so high. Maybe your toe just comes a centimeter off the ground. Plant it back down. We're not going for height. We're not an exercise class. We're simply exploring what's going on in our body. When you put your foot down, make sure you're putting your heel down first. Go back from side to side. If you have a mirror in your room or you can see yourself in the camera on your computer, see what's happening with your upper body. Use that mirror image on your computer as an opportunity to see how this is working for you. And then like you're going up a stair steps. See if you can lift a little higher. And each time you put your foot down, the heel's coming down first. Take the time to feel the whole surface of your foot touch and connect to the earth. Now step the foot back and sink it down. I want to let my hands mirror my feet. Lift up and sink down. Lift up. My hands are only going to come about to waist height. Sink. So you're shifting without shifting. One side is substantial. The other side is empty. Put the heel down, sink. Lift, empty. Sink. If this is challenging for you, you're normal. Now we're going to bring the foot behind you. It's a long time to work at, so it doesn't come to you right away. It doesn't feel natural. That's okay. It's not like you do this every day, but you might practice in front of your mirror. If all you have is a mirror on the vanity and you can't see the lower part of your body, it's okay because it allows you to see what's going on in the upper part. Now let's add a little arm movement. So lift up. See if you can hold it. Only focus on your exhale, not any thoughts. Brain starts moving, breathe out that thought. Flex your puts, think, put the heel down. Feel free, one of those hands can be holding on to something. Heel first. So I'm gonna lower my wrist as if I'm putting my heel down on the floor. Nice. Now bring your foot behind you. Remember, one hand can be stably connected to something. No one's judging you. Now we're gonna bring our legs straight out, and it doesn't have to be high. I'll do this just so you can see what I'm doing, but you can leave your toe on the ground. Sink, cross over, lift up, sink. A leg behind you. And again, it doesn't have to be high. We're just gonna lift it up a little bit. Empty leg. Sink. Other side. These are very good practices for you getting your balance activated. Breath is in charge. Notice if you think something, what happens to your balance? Only the breath is all that's going through your body. So practice hearing your exhale. Open your mouth. Leg behind you. Good. Now we're going to work a little more with your whole upper body. So I'm riding my legs. And we're going to do what's called the windmill. I will actually demonstrate this in the chair as well, but since we're standing, I want you to have your legs apart. I'm at an angle so you can see what I'm doing. My thumbs are crossed. So if you were a bird, the thumbs are the body of the bird and the wings are out to the side. Now cross your fingers over each other so they lay across one another. Thumbs, hands. Tuck under. Sink down. Lift your arms up. Remember, only as far as it works for you. If you're in a chair, you're forward on the chair. Look up, and if you're able, tailbone tucked under. Lean back. Don't worry if you don't lean far. Now bend forward and only halfway down. Inhale, lift up, lean back. Bring your hands up. Now I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to shift my weight into my right leg and I turn my right knee. So I'm kind of facing my left leg. I'm going to lean back into the right leg. Bending back is only an option, not a requirement. Now shift the weight into your left leg. Lean forward. Try sliding across toward the right. All the weight just went into my right leg. Inhale, lean back, putting the weight in the left leg. Come back to center. We're going to repeat that again. So shift the weight into your right leg. That knee bends. Turn your hips toward your left toe. Lean back. Shift the weight into your left leg. Halfway. Bend your knees. And now as we slide from one leg to the other, you're going to shift the weight toward the right. Lift up. Weight shifts into the left leg. Come back to center. We're going to reverse. Shift back again into the left leg. Sink into the right. Come down halfway. Push the heel of the hands. Slide your hands to the left. All the weight's in your left leg. Breathe in. Lean back. Come back to center. Sink the weight into the left leg. Just do what you can. Remember, it's all right. Just doing what you're able. Sink into the right. Slide your arms across to the left. Weights in the left leg. Lift up. Sink to the right. Back to center. Last time, lean to the left. Exhale, sink over the right leg. Slide your arms from the right to the left. Inhale, lean back over the right leg. Bring your body back to center. And now you're going to lean back. This doesn't have to be far. Bend forward halfway. Inhale, lift up, lean back. And as your hands come overhead, bring your palms together. Feet together and lower your arms. And let's shake your arms out. Now we're going to do a little shaking the tree. If you've had enough and you're really tired, you can sit down and do a part of this. So I'm going to keep my feet planted. Lift, squeezing the shoulders towards your ears. Drop. Open your mouth. Bring your arms out. Arms are not connected, so we're just lifting and dropping. In a chair, you can do the same thing. Okay, so the more you can lift and drop, we're getting rid of tension through the neck and shoulders. And then bring your hands out and shake your fingertips. Bring your hands up into the sky. Smile into the sky. Like you're a tree waving in the wind. Or Kermit the Frog. Bring your hands back to the side. Good. Now take a little moment and just turn your palms forward. Remember, you want to imagine there's an egg under your armpit. Close your eyes. Check in with your abdomen and your ribs. You need to readjust and lift them up a bit. Make it comfortable. Soften your face. Slow down your breath. Feel the ribs expanding. We're going to do a little for the shoulders. This one's a bit different. It's a variation on serving tea. We do both hands together. So I'm going to come forward and get lower so you can see exactly what I'm doing with my upper body. I'm going to bring my hands out and around. Turn the palms. So here my shoulders are forward. And as my hands come forward, roll the little tendons, the little finger up. Squeeze in the shoulders, curl, roll the wrist, and then tuck under, bring forward. So the more you can think about squeezing, opening up the heart, opening the kidneys, massaging the intestines and kidneys. Breathing in. Tilt your chin up a little bit. Exhale, head halfway down. So normally you're standing, but you could be in a chair. Now, we're gonna do the reverse. So I'm keeping my little finger up because you'll feel a difference if you roll your little finger up. Slide the elbows straight back, curl the wrist, roll forward. Try bringing your hands forward and back. Wrists come toward each other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, and breathe out. Inhale, and exhale. Take a breath. So let's all do ourselves a favor, since we've been doing a lot of physical movements. Come into your chair. And the reason I want you to do that is because my goal is to not get anybody too tired. And today we're going to concentrate again on the sinuses, simply because pollen is still floating around out there. It will be through the summer. We repeat these things just to integrate memory into your body. So if you start to feel you've got a sinus infection or a headache even, you can explore these points. So real close, you can see I'm going to use my ring finger. And we use that so you're not putting too much tension in the face. Lay it right next to your eye on the tear duct, on the inside of your nose. And using your ring finger, you're going to make little circles on these points. So it's going to be a little indentation in each of these points with a little soft point. Feel free to close your eyes. Let's focus on the circles. And the tradition is to do about 9 in both directions. If you want to do more, that's perfectly fine. Reverse in the other direction. And then take your fingers and slide them down to the bottom of your nose. So right where the nostril and the cheekbone come together in that line. Make your circles. And go in the other direction. Now take your finger and lay it right over the middle of your eye. Slide it straight down to the bottom of your cheekbone. Push up underneath the cheekbone and you're going to feel an indentation where your finger is going to go up under the bone. Teeth are parted, and if any of these spots feel tender, you know you got the right spot. If it's sore, traditionally that means there's a little blockage, so it's saying, come back, give me some more of this. And reverse at the end of your 9. When you're finished, bring your ring finger and middle finger together. Place your finger at the corner of your eye. And slide it straight back to the edge of where the hair and the skin meet. And then rotate. So we can use 2 fingers. This area is not as tender. And go in the other direction. Now we're going to take your ring finger again. We're going to lay it right on your eye. We're going to come right above the eye into your eyebrow. So find that soft spot right above the pupil. Create your circles. Now, we're going to take your ring finger or middle finger, whatever is longer, any finger, under your earlobe, straight back again to where the hair and the skin meet. Feel that indentation and create your circles. Soft spot at the bottom of the skull. You could use your middle finger here with a little extra tension. Go in the other direction. Now keep your fingers right where they're at and keep letting them slide all the way back to the base of your skull. So if you tilt your chin in, bring your fingers up along the vertebrae to the bottom of the skull, top of the spine. Take your finger, sweep it up. Now lift your chin, let your head fall back over top of those fingers, and you can just press straight up in, or you could make your circles. In the other direction. Take your fingers in a claw. Come all the way back from your hairline toward the back of your head. Combing your hair. Take your palms and rub them and get them nice and warm. Feel the heat. When your palms are really warm, you're going to take the hands and lay them over your face. So we're not pushing in, we're just letting the lightness of the touch of your palms on your face relax any lines in your skin. Tune into your breath. Lightly slide your palms up over your eyes, cupping the eyes. Remember, this is used to rejuvenate the eye muscles. It is a Feldenkrais move, and it is actually the very best, most effective color for rejuvenating the muscles in the eyes. So if you're at a computer all the time, take a few seconds every 20 minutes to just cup your hands and lay them over your eyes, giving your eye muscles a little break. And we're going to go over the headache points again on the head. So any of these points are effective for sinuses, but there's a couple that are really good for migraine as well. So take your fingers, I use the index, the middle finger and thumb, pinch the tip of your ear and take your thumb, leaving it there. Let your middle finger slide to the top of your head. Remove one finger, push straight down. So this point is right in the middle of the head, from the front to the back, top of the ear. We're pressing straight down and in. And it's steady, consistent pressure. It's going to feel really weird. Hold it for about 1 minute. You get a headache. This is amazing. It really does work. Works just equally as well if you're in bed or laying down. Release. Let's go over the point on the hand next. So this palm one, if you don't want to walk around looking like a ballerina in the supermarket and you want to get rid of your headache, take your thumb on one hand and bend that knuckle. Other hand, you want the web of the finger. So I'm going to take this thumb and lay the bent knuckle in the web. And then as that hand comes up over top of the palm, that's exactly where the point is, and you massage. Now, if your thumb has some tendon issues and this isn't feeling comfortable, find that point and just use a knuckle. It works just as well. The thumb is there as a marker for you to find the point. Again, there's no negative impact to doing these points, so it's very effective for you to repeat them when you remember to. If it doesn't feel tender, that's a good thing. If it is feeling a little tender, go to the other side, try that side, usually one side feels different. If you're a younger woman, then traditionally you tend to get more migraines based on your cycle. Many factors can cause a headache. So these are just points that are effective, improving that circulation to the brain. That's what we want. While we're here, we're going to go over using circulation into the fingers in case you are struggling with some neuropathy. So bent knuckles. Remember, we're going to touch them and scrub like you're scrubbing a pan. If it burns, then do your best. But a few of these a day. Now use the fingernails, so the end points of the fingers, scrubbing. Then open your hands and they can just lay out to your side. Or you can have them on your knees. Feel that energy, so close your eyes and bring your attention down to your fingertips. Tap your hands together. Lace your fingers, rotate your wrist. And go in the other direction. You feel really strange, like, oh, that direction doesn't work. And hope that one day you don't have to try to row a boat in the opposite direction. Now we're going to go to our feet. So we're just doing the main ends of our nervous system today, the hands, the feet, and the head. So again, if you are unable to bring your elbow to your foot, that's perfectly okay. You have knuckles. And if you aren't able to bring your ankle over your knee, make sure you get a ball and rub under your foot. Again, any place, anytime, anywhere works. Use your index finger and thumb or multiple fingers and start around the heel. So between the ankle and the heel, massaging this area, coming up into the sides of the foot. I'm going to focus on ways other than using the tendons. So I could use the knuckles of my hands the same way. This gets much deeper. Up the side. Try it today with just your knuckles bent. See how that makes a difference. Then take the knuckle of your middle finger or whatever you want to use and press it into the right under the ball, the middle soft point in your foot. Again, traditionally we use our elbow, but it doesn't matter. We're rotating. Feels really sore. Just give it a little more love a little later. Take your knuckles. So, and I usually keep one hand tucked on the other side just to support the foot. You could scrub, but we scrub as if you were using a blade on a saw. Try to go in one direction. We're just exploring today how it feels different using the knuckles instead of our tendons and our fingers. Now, hand flat on the foot. Use the other hand, the knuckles. Go from the ankle toward the toes. Try to slide in between the tendons of each foot, each toe, not each foot. Now use both hands and fists. Find the bottom of your toes and rub the bottom of your toes. So one hand's on the top, one hand's on the bottom. Scrubbing the toes. If you're messing up somebody's hair, if you had brothers and sisters, you know what I'm talking about. They used to call it a loogie. Now take your fingers, open your hand and slide your fingers in between your toes. Opposite hand, obviously, and rotate your ankle. Then go in the other direction. And now take your index finger and thumb and we will give a little massage. You can do a little quicker with a pinch at the end of the toe because that scrubbing that we did is very helpful. It's a quick fix to a foot massage for yourself. It's a nice way to get circulation here. Remember to try to do these at some time during the day. Also soaking your feet in a lovely warm bathtub, or if you have a bucket with some Epsom salts, great solution. Pull your toes back, massage underneath. Again, you can use your knuckles to scrub if you prefer. And then both palms flat, rub the top and the bottom. Peel the hands over the toes. Step foot down and peek at your feet and notice how one foot looks very different than the other when you do these exercises. I'll bring the other foot over. We're going to use our knuckles and scrub around the heel. The side of the foot. One hand on the top of the foot, scrub from the heel up. Use your knuckle into that soft point, the P1 point, or your elbow. Take your hand at the top of the foot, scrub down and out, down and out. Both knuckles, top and bottom of your toes, scrub back and forth. Woohoo! It's not uncommon for it to feel tender or even a little painful if you are struggling with some neuropathy from your treatment. This will help to put that circulation in there. So let's spread the toes out, thread your fingers through. You don't have to talk to them. Rotate. Go in the other direction. Quick toe massage to each toe. So pinch your fingers, top, bottom, and sides. And warm them up real quick. Pinch at the end. Scrub each toe. So start at the bottom and wiggle from the base of the toe out to the end with the squeeze at the tip. You need to feel like they're burning. It's typical. Your goal is to put blood back into your fascia. So you don't feel like you're doing anything right now, but your body's appreciating it. Pull the toes back and massage. Again, you can scrub with the knuckles at the base of the toe. And palms open and flat. Yeah. Put down, take a moment, lengthen your spine. Just let your feet connect to the earth. Eyes are closed. Turn your palms up. Lengthen your spine like you're growing into the sky. As you breathe in, feel that breath flowing from the earth through your legs, flowing up through your vertebrae, down through your arms and fingertips, up the neck and around your mind. And as you exhale, long and slow, soft and even. Imagine that breath flowing down and out of your body. bring your attention to the center of your palms. Recognize that tingling feeling. Lift your palms up slowly. You should bring them up about halfway between your shoulders and your hips. Turn the palms in toward each other. Eyes could be opened or closed. If they're closed, then I want you to sense where your palms are. Press. Either one hand is still, the other hand moves, or they both move in toward each other and back out. Keep in mind that this tingling that you're feeling between the palms is what we call our chi. And that's what we're working with. This is the beautiful energy that's in each of us, even in a blade of grass. It's the energy that gives each of us life. It's that life force energy that we work with through these movements and the breath. So at this moment, imagine this chi that's in your palms flowing deep into your body. You can send it wherever you would like it to go. Whether it's something in your mind you're letting go of. Bring a smile to your face. Feel free to continue moving your palms as it feels interesting to you today. Know that each person that's in this space together is connected, just as each of us are connected with one another, even though we're not together. Connected with every living thing in this universe. So if you're afraid to let go, it's okay, because what you're letting go of, just like those yard sales, someone else might be able to use it, but you don't need it anymore. So if it's fear or anger, send it out and away from your body through your breath. Know that you're leaving that open space for something more beautiful to come into. Bring your palms together, closing your heart meridian. And just for a moment, as you breathe in, send in the qualities of compassion and love and joy into your body. And as you smile deep within yourself, know that that beauty that's within you is there to brighten your path through today and for the rest of your week. Thank you for sharing your beauty with me today. It was my treat, my true honor to be here with you. Thanks so much for joining me this morning. Hope to see you next week or Thursday at 9 for yoga.
Thank you, Deanna.
It's great to have you with me. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Deanna.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so
Wonderful.
much.